Hi everybody, how's it going today? You doing all right? I sure hope so. What a crazy world we live in, isn't it, eh? Yeah, it is. I'm just gonna break you in on what's going down here, like a little intro type deal, you know? We've been on a few different jobs around, right? So here, let's do this. Let's put this down. It's great to see us all. I feel like when I get going real busy, lots of the time, like we haven't done an axe build for a while. That's coming up soon. But I just wanted to kind of break you in and see you, really, but more than anything, just see you and look here at you instead of here seeing what I'm doing and what's going on. That's kind of how the phone thing works. Enough ramble bucket, get straight to the goods. This is for Brian, friends. This is that older gentleman. You know who he is. We took his trees down. We were hired to take the trees down. He wanted to do all the cleanup and everything. He's a very capable guy. So we've been bouncing around from jobs. But today, Rob from Ladysmith, my buddy, I call him Power Saw Rob, he had a Stihl 066 that was walkerized, I reckon. He says it was built by the Walkers. He said, would you run it for me, Buck? And I said, yeah, absolutely. So I took it out and we run that here and we throw it up against my 94 just to kind of see. It's a good saw. It's definitely not stock. It's a good strong saw. I thought it was a bit lean. I played with it a little bit. You're better to have it a little on the fatter side. Like my 9.4 is not maxed out by any means, friends. It's not. You'll hear it. Listen closely when I give it the goose here. It gurgles quite a bit. It doesn't sing, that saw. It's because it's on the fatter side. And that's why somebody asked me the other day, how long do these ported saws work? People hear these things and read these things. It knocks the life out of them. Well, not necessarily, friends. I've had my 9.4 before Hogan was born. I've run that 94 harder than most saws. It seriously, and my XPW. So, regardless, here we basically just rip these trees apart, friends. And you know, from the view from the ground, I've got the GoPro footage we're going to throw up too. We're going to do that. That's going to be fun. But here we just do a little bit of racing between the 9.4 and the 066, which is a blast. The boys are just going camping. That's what you're hearing out here. They're just gathering up, going up camping up Port Renfrew. They're having a blast. Nice young fellas. Anyway, so that, and then we do a bit of knocking the stems over and lots of bucking and that. But I help Brian out a ton here. I go back. I think I went back 4 or 5 different times, helped him with the brush, because he was just kind of going into it with his hands. While I ran there, I'm going to show you what I did, friends, on here for Brian with the brush. I'm going to share it with you, what I done. It might help you out in your travels. Anyway, let's get to the video. Friends, listen, I love yous all. Thanks for coming and watching my videos and hanging around and being in the comments and thumbs up and all that stuff. We really appreciate it. Us YouTubers are people of service. We like to just create stuff for people, throw it out there and see what happens. So this community means a heck of a lot to me. Enjoy the video, friends. We'll catch you on the next one. Over and out. Friends, so this is an 066. It's walkerized, apparently. Rob?
It's definitely why it's not stock.
No, you could feel it. Yeah, it's good. But it's just a touch hungry. That organ chain, I'll tell you, that organ chain out of the box is good. It's got the power to pull it, but did you notice it? Did you notice it in the stump a bit? Kind of.
If you push on it.
You can't push on it right now, but it feels very good. We haven't tuned it or anything. Rob said he wouldn't mind if I did, but it sounds like it's running good. We're gonna run the 9.4. Sonny, mark us out a couple chunks of firewood so we can have a little drag race here. She cuts, eh?
Okay, I gotta talk about this right now. I have to talk about this. Friends, listen to what I'm saying right now. Everybody, all saw guys, listen. I was taught back in the day, bring that saw up there, right? Way up, way, and crack it back a bit so it gurgles a little bit. I didn't hear this thing gurgling. It was screaming. And to prove it, so it's not my saw. So I got on it, and it was cutting fine when you were dogged in a bit to keep the RPMs down. But once you got the revs up, you notice there, it actually calved in the cut there. It starved for fuel. I don't know if you heard it, but it was a couple cuts back. It did. Now, I just basically fattened it up a little bit, and you hear that little gurgle. I'll show it to you again. I'll show you the sound. It's cutting better now. It is. Watch. Watch what's happening. You don't want to cook it. Listen and watch.
Friends, just so you know, Rob gave the rakers, this is a stock organ chain, but Rob gave the rakers a sweep and handed me the power saw with just a little bit of a sweep on the rakers, which is okay. It's okay to do that depending on how much you take. But the saw's just a tad hungry, a little bit.
So friends, here's my point. Like, here's my point. What I'm saying is, where are the gains? where are the gains when you scream your saw way up there? When you get your saw back from a builder, he gives it back to you. Any builder will give you your saw back kind of on the richer side. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or any saw shop. It depends on the operator. It's your saw, but here's my point with this Stihl. And I've had it with my own saws where I'll sing one up like I talked about earlier in the video where I was taught when you sing it up there and then gurgle it back. Yes, but I've also had that happen where I do that, and then crack it back so it gurgles, then go into the wood and it's being lean. It's literally almost like starved for fuel. So crack it back. Get it to that spot where it's happy. So here's my question to you or to anybody. Say this Stihl for option. I've backed it off. You can hear it. I've made it a little richer. So here's the deal. What's the saw for? What's it for? If you're concerned, pull the plug and check it. Crack it wide open, cut with it, in the cut, whoa, and shut the saw off. Right in the cut. Pull your plug, see what's going on. That's how, if you want to know, that's how you tell. Tune your stuff in the wood. So that's basically what I'm doing here. I'm just not tuning it in the wood on the cut. I'm pulling it out, tuning it, putting it back in, pulling it out, tuning it, putting it back in. So my point here is that yes, that saw could probably come up a bit, but where are the gains? It's all on the operator, friends. It's all on you. It's your saw. If you think having it singing way up there is great, well, maybe take it up there once in a blue moon and crack a few cookies or have some fun or see but then crack it back. Literally, friends, turn it back an eighth or a quarter of a turn, not a quarter, but in between there. Make it a little fatter and then time another cut. Time another cut and see what happens to you. Would you think you'd be better not having a bit more fuel in it than not? Yes, you are. Because think about this. It's the end of the day. You got 20 foot of log to cut. The sun's out scorching hot. And you ding a rock. And you think, I'm not stopping to sharpen. I'm just going to cut. You're heating that saw up now. It's a little bit dull. You're on the lean side. It's fine when it's sharp. Like whoa, pulling wood. But if it ain't, friends, you're gonna damage your power saw. Your saw will last longer with more fuel. That 94, friends, I can't tell you how. I could turn that saw up and it would probably cut a bit faster. You see where I'm going with this? Back to the video. But before we go back, I just want to share this with you. I'm just building this video on a Saturday afternoon, as a matter of fact. It'll be up shortly. I just made this axe. And, oh dear. Thin handle, 3.5 pound, no name. I'm just changing the edge just a little bit, friends. I was outside on the chopping block, and what I do is I go out and I drop the axe on the block and I see if it'll stick. And if it doesn't, well, that's okay. It depends on what you're doing, but I like my axe to just stick. And if it's got the right bit convex, it'll just go squeak, 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 and it'll be out. It'll come out like mad, right? I like my axes to enter the wood. I like my axes to be able to just drop and they stick in the wood. I do. So that's my entering profile. Nuta!
So essentially, friends, what I'm doing is pulling it out of the wood, tuning it, throwing it back at the wood, pulling it out, going a little fatter, going a little richer, doing these things, going a little leaner, and just trying it in the wood and feeling how the power saw feels in my hands.
Okay, so that was interesting, friends. I've wanted to run into scenarios like that all the time, okay? Now that saw to me, was I still in the cut there? Yeah, I was, barely. Okay, that saw to me was too lean. It was cutting, yes, but I think over time, slight dull saw, finishing up cuts on a hot day, little dull, I think that could have cooked. Just my opinion. I know Stihl Scream, strong saw, but it's not, I don't know. You probably noticed it in the cut, eh? Like when I was deep in the cut, almost backed off on fuel. Not a good sign. I think you're better to run this a little fatter, Rob, to be honest with you. I do. It seems to want to do that. Let's do the 9.4.
Hey friends, listen to the 9.4 when I just fired up and rev it out of the wood. Like just crack on it and hold it wide open. Just listen to it.
I'll buddy down the end here too.
Okay, friends, let's move on. I'm going to get you guys into some tree work here now. We're going to finish up stripping up those stems at Brian's there, which was before what you're seeing now, but we're just having a fun time here and getting all this content out to you as best we can. So let's get on to some tree work here. I'll just finish up with a little bit of rabble-babble here when I come over to the camera, and then we'll shift over into some double climbing, me and Hogan tearing these trees apart. I love you all, friends. I truly do. I hope you guys are doing well where you're at and wherever you are, and your family's healthy. Over and out.
Nice. Not quite the saw the 94 is, but I think it might have been a bit lean. Just a bit. There's no sense in running them that lean when the gains aren't there. If the gains are there, grab it. That's skip tooth chain. A little hungry. I think if it wasn't so hungry, probably even cut better and faster, to be honest with you. Okay, that 94 is cutting wonderful. Yeah, I'm gonna go jump in. I'm gonna go jump in behind him, friends. Hey, boy. So my only concern now is, can you reach that limb right there?
Jump.
Yeah, you can. Lay back on your strap and peel cut them. They're not going to hit. Just
Okay.
at least two. Good.
I can't get that other one.
Leave it. Cut that now.
Okay.
It's going to bug you bad. It's not going to allow you to cut that limb. Just reach out and peel cut that thing off. Oh no. No, it's fine. As long as you shoot right for that spot. He's a woodman. He's a woodman. Living out his dream.
That was awesome.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. That's deadly. So you just
So friends, how are y'all doing? Listen, I've got, it's just my system right now. I'm getting Nick Pixel to help me out. Nick, thanks buddy for staying on me with this thing. Life's so busy, but listen, I've got GoPro footage, friends, excuse me, of me and Hogan side by side. This isn't a ploy to you know, show the video from that angle and then do another video. I don't struggle for content. You guys know that. So that's not the program. The program is I do most of my stuff on my phone, and my PC, I can't put my phone footage with my GoPro footage. You guys remember those videos where I take the camera shots of the screen. We're not doing that anymore. I'm this close to being able to put my footages together. It's just how it is for me, friends. I'm just letting you know. I'm not the techiest guy in town. You guys know that. But the footage, I've brought out my GoPros again, friends, because I want to. It's really good footage. So I got side by side of me and Hogan doing this exact job, but you're literally right in there with us, and the footage is really good. I'm gonna upload it, so you'll see what we're talking about. I actually do a little bit of educational stuff in there, cut-wise, like big limbs, different cuts and stuff like that. And it's personally, I think it's too good of footage to just let go for the young tree climber and just people who enjoy watching us up in the trees, because you're right there with us. That last one that I just rigged there, that's an interesting thing I done. You guys enjoy that. So me and Nick, what it is, friends, is the Slammer bought the channel a freaking Mac. He did months ago, and it sits there on my desk. This is the straight goods, friends. I'm afraid of it. I don't know how else to put it. I'm afraid of the thing. My PC is so simple. I got Movie Maker, which you've noticed I've done a few more Movie Maker videos now. So anyway, friends, I'm going to get onto the Mac. I'll be able to use the iPhone, the footage. I'll mix it all together. So that footage that you're seeing now, I'll be able to mix it with the GoPro footage like these normal YouTube people that are out there, like August Hunnicky and the rest of the good tree guys out there that put out good content. I'm just not that techie. I'm trying my best. So I'm going to upload that stuff, friends. You will like it. You will like it a lot. Over and out. No, leave it. Well, take one chunk and I'll send it over there.
Can you swing right there and grab that one stub on that side, unless you're not worried about it, right off the back side of this?
Battery said low.
No, it's still going though.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's a good one.
We got her.
Not bad.